Hello everybody and a very warm welcome back to Crafters TV. My name is Ben Moseby. Thank you for joining us for our fourth show today. I'm losing track. Is it still Wednesday or is it Thursday now? It is Wednesday, isn't it? It is Wednesday. It's been a long old day, but boy oh boy, we have been having some fun and you guys have been shopping till you have been dropping. And I tell you what, the earlier show that we had in the Craft House was so super busy. We're delighted that Sandra is back from Sanntangle with some brand new goodies for us here at Crafters TV. What I would say is we've only got an hour in the Craft House now, so if you want a full kind of roundup of everything, you can go back to that earlier show because we did the first hour was pretty much having a look through everything on it. So we looked through the quirky frames in detail, we looked through all of the Menagerie collection, the seasons, the starter collection. We're going to get as much as we can into this show over the course of the next hour, starting off with the Tangly illusions. What I will say from the top just before we say hello to Sandra is if you do want to get your hands on the red ruler, there are 3 more of those left. We don't even have a bug for that, you know, it says limited stock. This would be like super duper pooper scooper limited. There's 3 left, so next 3 people to buy that red ruler, and that is gone out the door. Before we say hello to you, let's say the most important hello to the lovely Sandra, who's over the other side of the studio. It's been a busy old day, Sandra, and people are loving the fact that you're back. It's lovely to have you here with us.
It is, it's lovely. It's a really nice atmosphere here. Everybody is lovely, so it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Dobby looks like he's had enough already. Look at him.
Stop it. It's circling in my, stop it.
Come on, seriously.
You know, you can't take him anywhere. He's terrible. He was all right here, but on the way back, he's got lollies and sweets for the journey. It's not very good. Leather seats, so.
I do like his Hawaiian shirt, though. I've got my eyes on that.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool dude, isn't he? As far as clothes are concerned. Yeah, he's got a bit of a wardrobe.
One day, I'll be as trendy as Dobby. That's the idea.
Aspiration.
That is an aspiration, something to live for. We've got Jan on the socials for this show, so if there's anything particular you want to see, I know later on we will be delving into the collection with the Chameleon, the Menagerie, because a few of you wanted to see that. But we will start off with the Tangly illusions. Paul Peterson joined us from South Texas. Jen Shank is in Maryland. Carolyn Wilson says hi from Florida. Trudy Bickham joins us. Julie Palmer. Altitude of Rees is in the Netherlands. Shelley says hello from Southeast Michigan. Looking forward to watching Sandra again. And Sister P4 says hello to Sandra, Ben, Jan, and team. We will start off with the Tangly illusions. Let me just show you the booklets and the stencils that you're going to be getting here, and then we'll have a look at some amazing finished samples with Sandra. Just to say, price on your screen is obviously discounted, so these should normally be $58.95, $79.99. $48.95 is the price you'll pay today in the UK, $69.99 if you are in the US. And look, boom, tariff-free. Yes, we had a few little gremlins earlier on, but we are tariff-free. So check out to your heart's content on all these goodies from Sanntangle. I'm so pleased we're starting off the show with this, Sandra, because these really are incredible. The illusion of these is just off the chart. Like the 3D effect that you can achieve just with the stencils and the details provided it's bonkers, isn't it?
that one is a little bit bonkers. You do look at that and you're like, how on earth does that happen?
Yeah.
Because you've got designs on the front and the back, so it's not just those. You've got 6 designs in that one, and they really are cool. Honestly, looking at them on the picture there, it doesn't do it justice, does it? And you look at the stencil, you're like, oh,
no word of a lie.
Samples do show it. And I'm going to show you how to do it anyway.
And you'll see in a minute when you have a look at some samples with Sandra. Earlier on, I had to go over the other side of the studio because she said, no, these aren't 3D. I had to go and check for myself because I didn't believe you.
They are. I mean, look at that one. Look at them. They are. It's how you shade it. Yeah. They are completely flat, but they don't look it, and all from those shapes.
That's your booklet number 2 that you're getting, and then you've got your introduction to Tangly illusions. Again, if I just flip that around, you can see the designs which you're going to be
just tilt that book, the cover a little bit, and you'll see it. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah.
It's crazy. You see it better on the samples in a sec with Sandra, but those are your stencils that you're getting to be able to create with that set. Come on, I want to dive into it and see those samples over there because this is incredible. I've got
some samples here. So they're all a little bit mixed up, but because you're getting all of them anyway, it really doesn't matter. You're going to sort of see a bit of a selection of everything. So here we go. I mean, move them around
goodness me. Look at them.
Look at that swirl at the bottom there. How it sort of looks like it's sort of in, but it's not. But then if you want to do them in colour, look at these. Same things, but different colours. I mean, look at that one. What that really does sort of.
It's crazy, the effect. Like you say, with the added colour, this looks even better.
Yeah, but this one, we've turned this one look into a little card. So
Oh, wow.
Just a little bit of, you know, things going on there. And the pattern around the outside changes it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
These lovely little pearls going on there. And then let's have a look. So we've got this one. It's a little bit of a, where does that cross over and under? How does that work? Look at that. Very labyrinthy, isn't it?
Very labyrinthy. This one's incredible. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's like popping off the page when you turn it to the side.
Yeah. So
My
it's just, they're
word.
just fabulous, aren't they? This one is, you know, how does that cross over? How does that work? Then we get into our little sort of drop. These are more sort of like slightly crazy if you want to go a little bit different. But then again, we've got another one of those, and look at that. They're all disappearing down that black hole. But this one, this is the one, look.
I think this is the one I had to come over, didn't I? And just double check you weren't trying to pull the wool over our eyes here, because that's
and
crazy.
it is, look, completely flat. And same with this one, look. Move it slightly. Look at that, yeah.
It's crazy.
This one.
We've got producer George in the chair this time around, and I can hear him going, "Oh yeah, look at that! Looks like it's decoupage. That."
Look at that.
Yeah.
Then you've got something slightly. Look at this. That's going to mess with your head if nothing else, isn't it? How does that work?
Absolutely.
And then of course this one, and again, and the instructions in this shows you how to do that little galaxy.
Yeah.
But again, you're going to see the steps there, how it works. Got another one of those. That one, look, that's a popular.
This is another one I had to come over, and I was like, "What? Surely that's 3D." No.
And that looks like it's folded, doesn't it? But then you've got two versions of that one. Look at the difference. Depends what you do with it and how you want to work. And of course, this one has been put in the background as well, just to give it a little bit of difference.
Wow.
They're amazing, aren't they?
They are
They're
incredible.
amazing.
And the thing is that people won't believe, Sandra, for people who haven't seen you before, indeed like tangled with you before, like these are step by step, very achievable to do. Once you've got these books, once you've got the stencils, the templates, they are very, very achievable to do, aren't they?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, seeing is believing, so we're just going to show you. I think that's the easiest way to do it, because, you know, you can look at them and you think, wow, but let's do it, shall we? I'm going to come straight in with pen. I would suggest that, you know, always do it in pencil if you're not sure first.
Yeah.
But something like this, we're going to come in with the oval. Now, here we go, look, the instructions. It's showing you from the very first bit all the way along. I mean, look, shape, it says number 1. This is this picture here. Drawing shape number 1 in full, and shape number 2, just a curve, top and bottom. So let's have a look at that, because it's got no numbers on it. What I tend to do with shapes like this is I'll start with number 1 in the middle. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's do that. I'm going to put shape number 1 in. And of course, we haven't got like the full oval. You're going to have to join this bit together. But that means we can keep the shape inside the stencil, so it's not going to disappear. And then at the top here, I'm going to put a little curve there and a little curve there. Let's have a look at that. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to join the dots, basically. Put the curve in there, and that one, and that one. So I've got exactly what I can see in the picture. So far, so good?
Yeah.
That's not tricky at all. Let's put that back on then, because I can see where my lines are, I can see what I've done. Okay, so step 2, draw shape 3 in full. So there's 1, there's 2, there's 3. So I'm going to go all the way around. There you are. That one, that one, that one, and that one. Okay, and I'm going to join them up like that. Straightforward enough. You can move the stencil to do that if you want, but freehand's probably easier, isn't it? So I've got that shape. Nothing crazy at the minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the top here and I'm going to join it to this curve, but I want to do it as a curve. So you think, oh, how do you do that? Remember we talked a little bit earlier about imagining. Imagining. So I'm going to go from here and I'm going to imagine it's going to join there.
Right.
Like that. You see?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's put it in when we're happy with that. One simple move.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got that. So I've got to do the same on the other side. So it's easy, look, to turn it round.
Oh, yeah, and just do what you did.
Let's do it again. Because my sort of muscle memory's kicked in now when I'm thinking, all right, okay, I've got that. So I've got that. Let's have a look at the picture. There it is, step 4. Exactly what I've got in front of me there.
Yeah.
So our next little bit, let's have a look. I've got to join this line now to this one here. So it's a little bit of a bigger curve, but it's okay, we've got this. Let's get that in. And it's going to join to the bottom. I'm going to turn it round. I'm going to do the same here. So this one, look, is going to join to the bottom. Okay, a little bit flat there, but that's okay. So the next little bit, I'm going to put a sort of a little line in the middle. That's going to give me my little bit that looks like it's going inside.
Yeah.
And then around the shapes, I'm going to put some curves. Now you'll recognise this because we did it with the snail earlier.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, little curved lines. And that's the thing, if you drew straight lines, you wouldn't quite get the same effect.
No.
But because I'm drawing curves, it's already starting off giving me the idea that it's going to be three-dimensional. Here we go. Stripes all the way along. So I've got the first one done. So then I'm going to repeat the same thing. I'm going to do it in here. But again, I'm going to slightly offset them a bit. It's not the end of the world if you don't, but I just think it looks a bit neater. You're never going to get them all completely. So how long does that took me? About a minute? Maybe a little bit longer?
Yeah, if that.
Yeah. Now, of course, you take a little bit longer when you're at home because you've never done this before.
Yeah.
And I'm on TV time, aren't I? So
You are on TV time, and doesn't
Okay.
it go quickly?
just going to put a couple little lines in that one there as well. Okay. Then I'm going to take a pen, and not a fine liner. I need a brush pen. So I do tend to use something that's permanent. Again, doesn't matter whatever you've got, but a brush pen would work, or a thicker pen, because what you've got to do is you've got to colour every other one of those little lines in. So you're going to end up with this.
Yeah, look at that.
Okay, so already it
good.
looks a bit crazy,
Yeah.
but it comes in the shading. So I'm going to go in with my 2B pencil. Let's move that out of the way for a minute.
So we get that in the starter bundle, don't we?
You do
as well,
get
if
that
you
in the
want
starter bundle, yes. The darker, the better for this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start, let's go with this middle one, and I'm going to add some pencil on either side of that line, like that. Either side. Okay, now you see there, I've not been shy with the pencil. And then I'm going to do the same on this bit here. And I know I'm going to take a little bit of time with this because this is what makes the difference. Okay.
Just whilst we're watching you can say hi to Mary Beth, who's joined us. Sister P4 says, I ordered the Illusions bundle, the red ruler and the mechanical pencil. Woohoo.
Fantastic, thank you.
Zoe says, evening all from me and Brian in West Sussex. And Hilary says, hello everyone from Hilary and Holly Collie and Space Bear.
Oh.
Saw Holly Collie's video with Space Bear earlier in the week, which was marvellous. Stephen says, good evening to Ben and Sandra.
Hi.
Laurie's in Gilbert, Arizona. And Sister P4 says, I love how striking the black and white illusions are.
Oh, no. I mean, if you put it onto coloured paper, you know, you're using black and white, but you're getting a little bit of an injection of colour in there.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to town colouring. You can do, but you don't have to. You could also put the sort of the galaxy design that I show you how to colour in the first book into the middle here if you wanted. So it looks like you're going into a bit of a galaxy there. So you see, I've put pencil on both sides of all of those lines. So it looks a little bit messy now, but that's okay. Because I'm going to bring my tortillon in, and this is what solves the problems. So here we go. Now, I'm not going to particularly sort of swirl it. I'm going to sort of go over in lines because I don't want to kind of go in the middle. I just want to go side and side. So I'm going to follow it round. So remembering, I'm trying to keep a little bit in the middle where there's none of this pencil at all. Here we go. So it's quite, you know, sometimes you only put a little bit of pencil on, but with this one, just go for it. You know, even if you find you're going into the middle, don't worry about it. You can come back in with a rubber and you can remove some of the pencil from the middle there. Okay. You see there, just going back and forth, following my shape all the way around.
It's crazy how this is like jumping off the page now, isn't it?
But there's no real technical difficulties there, is there?
No.
It was knowing where to put those first lines and then along that bit to that bit. Now I am going to bring in a little bit of a secret weapon here just to help, and I'm sure you've all got one of these in your kit anyway. A white gel pen. Okay, now I'm saying that. Dobby, get out.
Dobby, come over here, pal.
Get out. Right, white gel pen. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to enhance that line in the middle. So I'm going to go over the black. Go. And then when your pen works fine, and then suddenly it doesn't. All the way around. See, I'm going to go through. There's now, it's tempting, isn't it, with a gel pen to sort of go over a couple of times. Just go through once. Here we go, look. All the way along. All the way along.
But we're beginning to get like cool water slide vibes with this as well now.
Let's put some little dots in there, so like some little stars.
Reminds George of Beetlejuice a little bit.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, certainly the swirl that's in the other one. There you go.
It's so good.
Just one more little hint that I'm going to sort of put your way, if I can find my pencil, is if you'll all have a black coloured pencil. Typical. I've got my set here, but I haven't. That's all right. I've got a dark oak. It'll do a similar thing. Come back in and go over the lines. Now I'm using a pencil because it's going to blend into the tortillon and that shading a little bit more. If I come in with a regular pen, it's not going to do the same. See, I can actually move that along a bit. If I just do sort of one side, you'll see the difference. It works better with a black pencil, but you can do it with a bit of colour. You see how that just then builds it up?
Yeah.
See the difference? Just adding that little bit in there. And so that, I mean, some of them take a little bit longer to do, but this is a pretty quick one. And you're getting instant results, aren't you? Look at that. Yeah, look at that.
Just incredible. And I think for anyone like Sister P4 who picked this up earlier on, it's great, isn't it, to get like the kind of SP with it as far as you know, that demo is concerned. So, Trudy just says that is so mesmerising to watch. It's hard for me because like, on colouring shows particularly, I feel I go into a bit of like a colouring trance, but on Sanntangle shows, even more difficult to kind of like not get too mesmerised and realise, oh yeah, you're still on TV, still got to talk, still got to you know, read the comments out. Must just say as well, very happy birthday to lovely Jane Adams, who's with us, always with us every show. Say good morning from a fabulous Las Vegas. She says, today is my birthday, and I cannot believe I'm 62 today. You don't look a day over 42,
no,
Jane.
Just reverse it.
Oh, yeah. 26.
Yeah, there you go. That feels better.
Doesn't work with me anymore, though,
it's just
unfortunately.
A number, baby.
Yeah, I'd be 64 if that was me. Yeah.
Oh, maybe not then.
No.
Hang on a minute, what are you doing there? When did you get there?
Just appears from nowhere.
It's because I've sort of battered him out of my pencil box.
Oh, he's come over here to sulk.
He's come over to sulk.
And a wave.
Look, yeah.
There you go. There you go, everybody. Look at his hat.
I know, it's lovely.
His little sandals. He's just the cutest.
Oh, bless him. Don't be fooled. He's a menace.
Did you hear that? She's calling you. I can't believe you're a menace. I cannot believe that.
Butter wouldn't melt. Look at that.
Yeah, look at him. He's like, who, me?
You, me? Yes.
Menace.
Yeah, I've still got the lollipop stick on the car seat from last time.
Dear, oh dear, oh dear.
What do you like?
If you want the Illusions bundle, it's 1 to 3, don't forget. You can pick that up for $48.95, $69.99. I think we've got one red ruler left, by the way, if you want that. It's probably, maybe potentially have sold out, but it's certainly down to one left if you did want to get that quick as you can. Just to say also, the Dragonfly collection is still proving very popular indeed within this set. You are going to get, obviously, all of your information, inspiration and instruction included in there. If I flip that around, you can see the stencils you're going to get in there too. Go back to the show earlier on. It was towards the end of the show, I think, wasn't it, when you created the Dragonfly, or was it early on? I can't remember.
I can't remember.
No.
Seems like hours ago.
It does. It was at some point. But look, again, full instruction in there, everything that you need to go step by step to do exactly what you're seeing Sandra do in these shows. You're also going to get your heptagon. And this again, Sandra, as you were describing, is very, very useful because obviously nice to have with the dragonfly, but pretty much anything you've picked up today, this will just work with, won't it?
It absolutely will, yes. We call them frames. They work brilliantly as frames.
Yeah.
So you can see there, you can have it as thin or as thick as you want, but for mandalas as well, if you want to draw the whole thing, and you can really lose yourself in the moment with these, because once you've drawn the main shape, you've put your dots in and you've drawn your lines to give you those little boxes, whatever you want to do in there, and you're just going to find so many different uses for it. It's beautiful. Really, really like this one.
You've got also in this set your 3 fine line markers, you've got your 2B pencil, those tortillons as well, you're getting a whole host of. How long does a tortillon last for?
Now, how long's a piece of string? A tortillon will last you for a long time. A couple of pointers though, if that's okay.
Yeah.
What you'll find is they are rolled up paper, so it's going to work that way, isn't it? You're going to end up at some point with a really dark edge. You know where your graphite is, you see that there. That's okay, because what you can do, you can come in with, here we go, a nail file.
Oh, a nail, I was going to say, not a sharpener then, a file.
And you can file it off.
Okay.
So whilst you're filing it, you're cleaning it up, but you're also, as I'm twisting it, you're bringing that point back. Because now and again, you want it really sharp, don't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Because you want to get into those finer details. You'll get to some point where that may flatten out. So if you've got a paper clip, you can open it up and push it down the back.
Yeah.
And push it back out, and it'll give you that as well. The other thing, of course, you see this one here, it's paper, so you see that one's a little bit bent over. That's okay, because what you can do, you can bring your scissors in. It's almost like I planned this, but I didn't. And you can trim it off.
Cool.
Because it's just paper, right?
Yeah, yeah.
There you go. So you can get your points that way. Of course, if you find that it comes unravelled, because again it's paper, it's just folded, you can put a bit of PVA glue on the back of this and roll it back in. And I've got tortillons at various different levels. I've got some really pointed, some a little bit flatter, some completely flat, because it depends what you're sort of shading.
Yeah.
You're going to need all of them. So a pack of 12 is going to last you a long time.
Just very quickly in this collection as well, because we looked at these once earlier on, but then we didn't sort of get a full look at them the second time around. You are going to get all of these fantastic pencils as well, if I can get these all out. 24 unique colours, I suppose you describe these as, and they're black. I mean, they're not black, but they are black pencils.
They are, yes. I mean, you can use them with any coloured paper. They work well on any of them, but they work particularly well on darker cardstock, because you've got that little bit of a pigment in there. It's a little bit of a chalky base almost, and it allows you to sort of sit on the surface. And it's not just like the yellows and the oranges that are going to be nice and striking. You're going to get those darker colours as well. So I have got a one here that I've done.
Yeah.
And you can see how lovely that is. Look at that blue and that purple in the middle there.
Oh, yes.
And I've got my greens, and they blend beautifully. It's just really nice to, I think, to see that's pink, orange and yellow in the petals. That's okay. And then I've used the purples and the blues in the middle.
So you can use them on your lighter cardstock as well, yes?
Absolutely, yeah, you can.
But better effects on your black card.
Yeah, and they'll blend beautifully with whatever you want to do. So yeah, please don't think they're just for black or just for craft. Use them for anything. It's just a nice all-round selection, which I thought would be nice to sort of put in the starter bundle.
You'll enjoy going through all the colours here as well, and just checking out all of the names of the different colours as well, because they are unique. They're also pre-sharpened, break-resistant tips as well, 3.3mm soft, smooth core with those too. And that is all included within your Dragonfly Starter Bundle, $67.99, $89.99, and proved very, very popular. The other thing I just want to quickly show you before we have a short break is your mechanical pencil. The reason this is here on the show is because last time Sandra was in, she was using the pencil quite a lot, and then a lot of people were like, oh, where's that pencil come from? So Sandra was like, oh, it's the Sanntangle pencil. And they were like, oh, can you bring it in? So she did. And half of the stock has disappeared here. £21.99, $29.99, comes to you in this beautiful presentation case. And here is your fantastic pencil. Talk us around this, Sandra, because all I could say about this earlier was it looks absolute business, but it holds really nicely. If that's not a funny thing to say.
It's really difficult to sort of put across, isn't it? You've got a little bit of weight in there, so you've got a nice balance.
Yes.
So when you hold this pencil, you've got that lovely grip. It's not going to sort of slip, but it feels like you've got something robust and it's going to do the business in your hand, of course. It's just beautiful. Mechanical pencil just gives you the chance to create lots of detail and you can really get a fine line.
Yeah.
But of course, it works like any other. You've got the little eraser on the back end as well, and you've got 12 graphite or LEDs with it.
Not LEDs.
And they are actually B LEDs, not HB, which is what you'd usually get with a mechanical pencil, because I wanted you to be able to draw it and then, of course, use the tortillon and blend it at the same time. But you can replace them because it's a standard size.
Yes.
So once you've used those 12, you can choose whatever. You can go and put a H in if you want, or a 6H, or whatever works for you, really. It's just a real nice tool to use. And I think if you've got nice tools, it's going to help you do the job because you don't mind holding it. It's going to feel right. And what comes out of it, obviously, then I think comes a little bit easier for you.
And yeah, go on, Debbie. You look after that for now. There you go. I tell you what, mate. You have the ruler as well. Just remind everybody, there's only one of those.
So he'll be selling it.
One of those left.
Yeah.
So Dobby's got the last one there. He doesn't want to hold it.
It's like mine. How much?
This is mine. So one more of those left. Half the stock of the pencil has gone as well. $21.99, $29.99. Remember, tariff-free for you as well. So shop aware. I know our US viewers have been loving the show and have been filling up their carts and their baskets. We are almost halfway through the show. We will come back in about 4 or 5 minutes' time after this short break. We've got lots more to show you. We are going to be delving into, I believe, the Menagerie collection to have a look at the Chameleon. Plus loads more as well, which skips my memory. But we'll find out after this break. We'll see you in a moment.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty program today and receive 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits to joining Club Inspire include special members-only sales, and you can receive discounts or exclusive access to products, and even free gifts. You will receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro that you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. See if you can craft your way up to our ultimate Club Inspire tier, Platinum, where you'll enjoy the very best discounts and rewards that we offer. As you keep climbing through the club, you can actually reach Platinum Plus and even Platinum for life. The more points you collect, the more you will be rewarded within our amazing special Club Inspire community. So, what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Pokey tools and paper pads, gilding, wax and stamping mats, scissors, glitter, builder blocks, faux snow fabric, rocker blocks, briars, misters, quilting clips, die brush tools, precision snips, finger daubers, acetates, stencils, glue guns and templates, Gemini Pro, Julia and the OG, Gemini Go, Mini and the MIDI, tri-blend brush pens, aqua pens and aqua blends, illustrators, classics and tri-blends and color blends and glitter pens and sparkle pens, outliner pens. Fine tip glue, applicators, envelopes, creators, stamping platforms, boxer boards, the big score and scoreboard, Nina card and craft card, glitter card, matte black card, craft kits, wadding and adhesive sheets, glass mats, guillotines and pen trays, ball tool, dice and zinc trays, miter tools and binding tools and toe bags, USBs, bone folders and punches, low-tech tape pin brushes, stamens, mountboard, flower forming foam, outline markers, DVDs, felt quick Triton pads and CDs, gilding flakes and washi tape, tacky glue, red liner tape, craft asphalt press, sparkle pots, Centura pan and sticky dots, pigment ink pads, chunky glue, body bags, all-purpose glue, embossing folders, blending tools, storage folders, much more too. Water reactive ink pads, body bags, craft magnets, year of craft and glue, stick and spray and stick away, dotty tape and split pens, acrylic paint pens, tape pens, watercolor card, rotary cutters, magazines and stamping card, ultimate Pro and the rotating design board, Ultimate First Compendium, Sara signature collections, and don't forget discovery kits. Oh, and there's foam pads, think that's it. One final thing, foam on a roll. Foam on a roll.
here because I do love Crafters Companion products and Crafters TV.
Your products are great, made with great care and thought, and are second to none.
Love all the products. I love the tutorials we get.
Your papers shimmer and make all our crafts shine.
I love all of the products and all of the paper pads, of course.
I love Crafters TV because it shows you the best tips and tricks on how to use your crafty stash.
The quality of the products are phenomenal. Value for money is exceptional.
Amazing presenters, craft goods galore, launch days and craft vaults, deals bundles and more.
Your pens, pencils, and markers make all crafters say, they are mine.
Or I love Crafters Companion. Well, it's because I'm not a very good crafter, and Crafters Companion makes me look better.
So I need that back now because it's sold out, unfortunately. So you're going to just have to let me... Can I just have that back? Let go of it. Sorry, it's just...
Told you.
Sorry, just do as you're told. Seriously. Congratulate. Don't look at me like that. Don't.
Oh, dear me.
I thought we were mates. The ruler's sold out. He's giving me the... Stop it! Stop it! Right, the ruler has gone. Congratulations if you've got your hands on that. Let's just say hi to Anne, who says, I've been naughty. I ordered the spring and autumn and the set with the cat. That was the silhouettes, wasn't it?
Oh, thank you.
Says, I guess I'll just say it's a birthday present from myself. I do have one coming up.
You get the best presents when you buy them yourself. Yeah.
Exactly right.
Absolutely.
Debbie enjoyed the tips with the tortillon. She says, thank you. Pamela Green has joined us. And Carolyn Wilson says, I have a couple of Sandra's stencil/instruction books. Her instructions are always great.
Well, thank you.
Detailed and easy to understand, and you will be so impressed with the results and with yourself, says Carolyn Wilson. We've got 25 minutes left. The show is flying over, so we're going to have a look at the Menagerie collection, which a lot of people have enjoyed. Half the stock, big stock, has disappeared. It's such a lovely set, this, because you've got your background stencils within this collection, which are going to work really, really well with all the other characters that you're going to meet within this set. And I know Sandra's going to be creating with these very shortly. But in this set, you are going to be creating cute little characters like the raccoon, the hedgehog, the little rabbit. You've got the mouse, the fox, little squirrel in there. Again, all full instructions, all with your stencil that is provided. You've got the cute little critters in here as well. So as far as they're concerned, I mean, the ant, I think, is brilliant. If you want to see the snail in action, go back and watch the earlier show, but you've got the bee, the beautiful butterflies in there as well. Then we go from the cute little critters to something perhaps a little bit more grand, if you like. That elephant, I think, is magnificent.
He's beautiful, isn't he?
So beautiful. And again, the giraffe, incredible. All again done from the stencil that is provided. All again done beautifully, as a few of you have been commenting, saying how detailed the instruction booklets are. And then you've also got the frog and chameleon from the amphibian rainforest. And are we looking at the chameleon? Because someone asked about that earlier, didn't they?
Yeah, I'm going to show you how to draw that, yeah.
So that is coming your way very shortly. And again, all done from your
from that.
stencil provided. Eh?
From that.
Yes, I know.
It never ceases to amaze me, and I actually created it.
Yeah, I know.
Where is the chameleon in that?
Well, yeah. Well, you can't see it, you see, because it's in disguise. See what I did there? And then a separate deal for you, the quirky frames, because we were chatting earlier on, and I think a lot of people are doing this too, because over a third of the stock has gone. These will just work really nicely with this collection, won't they?
They will, absolutely, yes. If you imagine the little hedgehog within those frames,
yeah.
You know, we did that little ant sort of looking through as like
yeah,
a
we did.
mirror. They're a really fun, different way of drawing something small, but then adding a frame around it and making it into a card.
Yeah.
Really makes a difference.
And again, I just think the designs of these frames, I mean, the clue's in the name, quirky.
Well, this is it. And you're not just getting the frames. I'm giving you instructions for drawing something inside them.
Yeah.
So you could take all that skill, all the skills and all that knowledge into all your other little projects as well. mix and match them. They'll work beautifully with the Menagerie.
Everyone makes the saving today as well, as you can see on your screen. Normally $24.99, $34.99 that bundle. It's $21.45 with us today, $30.99 and tariff free for you as well. So let's have a look. So we're going to look at the Chameleon with the frames, yeah?
Yes, I've got a bit of a mix and match because again, we've talked a lot about putting frames with things. It's nice if you see that how that works. But let's get this Chameleon drawn to start with. What I've done on my instructions, and this is what you've got and yours as well, is I've actually written, do a quick look, shoulders, head, leaf,
and toes,
head, body, that kind of thing. So you've got a little bit of a hint there, but the first things first, let's draw in this piece. And again, the instructions, so it says start your piece off, just off the right of the centre in the top half. Draw in pieces 1 and 2 where they are on the stencil. Draw the eye using number 5. So you can see where I'm adding numbers in. So 1, 2, and what number did it say? 3?
Uh-huh.
There we go, 1, 2 on the stencil. So I'm going to leave 3 for a little bit. 1 and 2 exactly where it is. So that's what I've done. So then we come to putting the eye in. So here it is, the eye. Now I'm going to put it right at this top edge here. Draw that in. And then I've got the centre of the eye. It's not a circle. Looks like a little doorway. You see, look there. Doorway.
Oh, yeah.
And then number 3.
You see how this is coming together now. It's crazy.
Comes in here. So it's sort of in between the two. And this is, I could have just drawn that in and said, here's your stencil. That's sort of added to it. But I want you to decide where that goes, whether it goes a little bit higher, a little bit lower, that kind of thing. So here we go. We've got that. So what I've got to do now, join this to this. Okay. Looks a little bit scary. Not at all, because you've got this line. And what you're actually going to do, you're going to come to about here. So you've got a starting point. You've got an end point.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's imagine it again. See, I'm imagining. And draw it. Okay. So again, you're going to have a slightly different shape there. Some will get a little bit further down than others, but it's really cool how it works. So let's get rid of this little line here now, where that sort of shape is, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up and I'm going to bring it over a little bit, like so. So let's get rid of some of that now. We don't need it all. Clean up as you're going. I think that's my little motto. Okay, so you see you've got that bit. That bit, don't need that bit anymore because we've created that little bit of a shape.
Oh, yeah.
So you can see where the top of the body now is kind of in. These little bits here, I'm going to draw like a little loop that side, and we want some little lines coming in. Look like little flippers, don't they?
Do look like little flippers, yeah.
All right, we want a little bit of a smile here. Let's have a look, maybe from there. But again, this is where, let's say, the characters come in because you're the one that's drawing these little bits.
Yeah.
So then we need the first of the legs or the arms. You see where this little bit's sticking out here? Mm-hmm. All right, let's put that on there. Just going to rub out the little lines underneath. We don't need those. I'm going to put that in. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is come along here. I'm going to extend the line there and extend the line down there. So what you're actually getting is a little bit of a shape that looks like that. There we go. Just rub that little bit out. Just trying to keep it clear so you can see it. You know, you don't have to rub everything out at the same time. So there's kind of the first little bit. We turn our page and see, look, this is where we're at. We've got a couple of bits in the eye. I'll do those before I move on to the next bit. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to just freehand a little shape inside there. So I'm kind of creating a frame.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to put some little lines in like that. Okay, let's put a little bit of a highlight in. And then just so we can see it, I'm going to fill in that bit there. Let's get my tortillon in on that, rather colour it in. Here we go. Look at that. There he is.
So good.
A little bit of a nose there. We are going to put some little scales in there, but we'll do that in a little bit. And then, of course, we want to see the little hand there. So let's just put my tree in. So it needs something to sort of lean onto. And we've got, let's have a look at the bottom here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, because that's going to go sit. Actually, that's a bit.
What's the weight of the paper you're using here, Stephanie?
This is 270 GSM.
Yeah.
We did have quite a conversation about that earlier, didn't we?
Yeah.
Now, to get the size of these shapes right, and I say right because we've got to think proportion. There it is, look. Yeah, it says nose on it, but it works for the same thing, okay?
Yeah.
And then what I'm going to do is draw like a bubble around all of it, so I've got that kind of a shape going on, like so. Okay, that one's going to sit behind, and then we want the rest of the body, don't we? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue this down a little bit. I'm just going to draw a bit in, and then this one, I'm going to draw this bit in. You see how it's sort of followed the shape? Followed the shape. So to complete that, we need the tail. So here we go, tail. Now I've given you the starting point here. If you want to, you can use this circle, the eye, to help you out, but I'm going to come in freehand. You do notice I turn my paper ever such a lot.
Yeah.
Because it's more comfortable for me to draw a curve that way than it is to have my paper here and try and draw it this way. So that's what we're after. So I'm going to put a curl in here. Remember, drawing a curl, if you're not so sure, it's not a problem. Imagine it first and then come in and draw it. Because it's all in pencil, it doesn't matter, does it? There we go.
I'm just thinking from our point of view, so because Stephanie's asking what would be the best paper for us. So we've got like our premium paper pad for pencils, which is 160, and then we've got like a marker paper pad, which is about 315 GSM.
Now a marker paper pad would be super smooth.
Yeah, so that's probably the one, isn't it?
You want something with a little bit of tooth in it.
Oh right, okay.
Remember saying if it's super smooth, your tortillon in your pencil needs to kind of go in those grooves a little bit. Whereas the other one, what was the other one you said? Well,
we've got it's a premium pencil pad, but it's only 160. Would that be?
That would be fine.
Fine, okay.
That would be fine, yeah.
So that's the one we think we should be looking at, which is in stock actually.
Okay, so I've got sort of 3 going on there, and a little bit of the one in the background. But there he is for all intents and purposes. But look at him, he's so cute. There we go. So there it is. So of course the extra leaves, extra little bits and pieces would go in. Scales, it's almost like drawing rough little bricks.
Yeah.
So we work our way in. But of course I talked about a frame. So here's our little frame. And what's really nice to do with this is, let's have a look. If I draw in, I quite like my little bits and pieces, coming out and in of the frame. So rather than have the frame all the way around it, I kind of incorporate it into the design.
Yeah.
So let's put those bits in. I'm just drawing those 2 shapes there. I'm going to put this one in.
Just whilst you draw, I know you're obviously concentrating, I'm asking questions, and asking, are tortillons the same as blending stumps you use as blending solution? Yeah.
Yes. Okay, see, so my tree there, I'm going to have my tree going underneath it. See, you're making decisions, look at that. So there it is. So he's sort of poking out a little bit. Let's put my little ant. Here we go, a little bubble, some little legs, little antennae. So it's kind of almost escaping because he's stuck inside the frame. Yeah. So let's bring in just a couple of little leaves just to sort of make it feel more realistic. So there's my little tree trunk, look. There it is. Now I know it looks, I've drawn this quite a few times and I've done it very quickly. You would take your time. Please don't rush this. Enjoy drawing it. Don't let it stress you out. That's not what we want.
It's relaxation, isn't it?
Yeah, we want you to have a little bit of a go. See, look, there's my leaf. That's going to attach there. But you see how it's coming through the frame? Mm-hmm. Let's put another one. You see, I've labelled leaf 1, leaf 2, so you can mix and match them, do whatever you want to do with them here. So let's have that one going sort of inside the frame. See, so that one, look, is inside. You can't see the top of it because it's underneath.
Yeah.
And let's bring another one out here. So again, let's just rub out the lines we don't need there. And that's going to come and sit in there. And of course, you've actually then got your frame. Let me just tortillon around that just a little bit. Because you see it's going to give it a little bit of shade around there. Okay, I can't do it there. I can do it here, look. And then into those. A bit there. Okay, so you see how that kind of works. You can start adding to it. And then, of course, if we look at the background stencils, this one in particular, you see you've got all the different leaves I've given you. Let me just put that on something you can see. So you've got different size leaves.
Yes.
They work brilliantly with the frog. This one here, you can use as a background state. And here, look, I've given you like a bit of a corner, but you've got different sizes you can work to. So you could take elements of those, and if you wanted to, you don't have to ink through. You could use them to actually draw around. So if I just do that one, and then I'm going to bring in the sample again, or the original. See how you can then bring your extra little bits and pieces in. But if I then bring in this one now, there he is.
I mean, that's incredible.
You've seen, if I look at that one and that one, you've seen how I've done the eye. You saw how I did that extra little bump at the top, how that curve came in play. Then you saw how I did this from that little lozenge shape.
Yeah.
There's the little bobbles. And of course, the tail is going to be completely different every time because you're drawing that little curl. And there, look, is the background stencil. You see the one I've just pointed at? And there's those little leaves hidden in the background. Of course, your little bits of scales going on there. So from that to that.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I've got one there, part drawn, look, which has got the quirky frame round. So you can see where it's coming. All I need to do that now really is a little bit of colour.
Yeah.
But of course, because it's got that frame around, it's really sort of helping sort of give it a bit of focus, isn't it? So it depends what you want to do with it, but it all works.
And this is the thing again, like if you know, showing you the front of these booklets, for example, and you see that chameleon, and you just think, as a beginner, someone who's never done this before, you go, well, that's amazing. But there's no way I'm going to do that. You've just seen before your very eyes how you do this step by step by step with all the instructions that are included within the booklet, with all of the stencils that you're going to be getting. Crazy to think that that is going to allow you to create that and that. It's just unbelievable, but that's what you're afforded within this Menagerie bundle. And it's not just the amphibians, of course, it's all of the cute woodland creatures as well. Same thing, take your time with this, you know, spend time enjoying it, and look at the kind of beautiful woodland creatures you're going to be creating from this. It's crazy. You've got your backgrounds included as well. So as Sandra was just showing you on the last demonstration there, you can use all of these with the different creations that you've got within this set. The Menagerie also includes the elephant and the giraffe set. And then you've also got in there your little critters too. So you've got the ant, you've got the bumblebee, the snail who we saw being created on the last show. And again, there's all of your stencils included. If you want the quirky frame set, by the way, that is available as an individual item separate to this bundle. So $89.99, $123.99, tariff free as well. Our US viewers, I won't get bored of hammering that home for you guys. So take advantage. You want to shop, this is the show to shop. You can get the quirky frames again, tariff free at $21.45. $30.99. Remember, no Club Inspire on these items when we have our third-party friends in, but you are making a saving, as you can see from the details on the screen. Just a quick one before we move on to the Seasons collection, Sandra. Sister P4 saying, did Sandra say the pattern for the pencil roll was posted somewhere, or is it available for purchase?
It is. It's on my website. It's a free download.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you go to sanntangle.co.uk and just do a search for pencil roll, it's on there. You just click and press download. You have to go through checkout, but of course it's free, so you don't have to pay anything. Yeah. And then it'll send you an email, and you click on the email, and you'll get the download there. We've
got about 10 minutes left on the show. You enjoying yourself, Dobby? I think that's a yeah. He looks happy, doesn't he? He looks happy. Dieta says this would be... Hello, Dieta. She says this would be a great thing to get children involved in, especially for summer months and winter too. Get them to bring out their creativity. I suppose there is no age limit, age range. Start them young, or if you know, you're 7 or 77, this is something which everyone can achieve. And Stephanie says, thank you. I have a few of Sandra's papers that came with some earlier collections. I have that I can compare to. The one collection that we've not looked at, which we are going to look at for the final 10 minutes, is your Spring and Autumn stencil bundle. Great price on this one as well. $42.90 is your UK price today, $60.99. So you're saving about £7, about $7 on the usual retail price with this. And again, what you've got the ability to create are all these fantastic scenes within your autumn seasons here. You've got, I mean, one of my absolute faves, you've got this unbelievable pickup truck. I think it's brilliant. I mean, in this picture here, you've got sunflowers, but as we were talking about, you know, you could draw a Christmas tree in there if you wanted. You could pop one of your cute critters in there if you wanted to do that. But you've got loads of fantastic, like, harvest and autumnal scenes. Again, all instructions, all templates included in there for you too, stencils. And then you've got your seasons. As far as spring is concerned, and again, how cute is this? You've got the little flowers in the wellies, the beautiful daffodils. I love this upside down umbrella with the florals in. Again, all achieved from the stencils provided and the thorough instructions. A lot of people have commented on this, Sandra, that people who have tangled before, who've used your books, just saying how thorough the instructions are and how step by step all the pictures just make it very, very simple to do.
You know, thank you ever so much for that, because there's so much time and effort goes into these things. Because of course I draw the image to start with, I then break it down, we create the stencil, and then I redraw them with the stencil to write the instructions. So it's proving that with the stencil I can recreate what I've drawn. So if I can do that and write the instructions, then I know when you get it home, you can recreate what I actually did in my original sketches. So it's really interesting to see how that kind of works.
Are we going to the spring or the autumn for our final demo?
I've got autumn here, is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't really mind. I mean, but we do autumn. I thought I'd keep it quite cute in a sense. So, all right, the mouse in the meadow.
Yes.
Here we go. So, all right, first thing, step 1, it says, in the middle of your page, landscape. At the bottom, draw a shape with 8 and 9 above it. Okay, here we go. There's number 8. Okay, I'm leaving myself a little bit of a gap there at the bottom. So there's 8.
Yeah.
And 9 above it. Now I can decide here what angle my little mouse is going to be. So this is his little head, look. So let's have him sort of kind of almost a little bit straight-ish. Let's have a look there. See, I don't need this little bit here, so I'm going to get rid of that. And let's put that shape in. Okay, look. So there he is. I'm going to put myself a little curve there and a little curve there. So already, it's character, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mine's going to be different to yours, and that's fine. I want a little bobble on the end. Yeah, and let's have it little eyes shut like that, okay? Couple of little lines in there.
It's a bit like one of those little sugar mice you used to get as a kid.
Yeah, do you know that's exactly where they come from?
Oh, is
Those
it?
bright pink little mice, yeah. So I've got a smaller version here, so I'm going to have this one sort of next to.
Okay.
There we go. And that's going to be slightly sort of leaning in. There you go. Great little cards, these. There you go. All right. So again.
Oh, that's so cute.
There's the ears. That's going to sit behind a little nose. And again, I'm going to have them shut there. So tail-wise, let's bring this one in first. Okay, let's sort of wander that through. And again, notice I'm doing it all in pencil.
Yeah.
So there we can interconnect them, look. So it looks like they're sort of joined together. And then, of course, I'm just going to turn my page a little bit because it's nice that you see that the instructions are there. Look, there they are. And we've got a couple of little ovals. So I'm just going to do one so you can see what I'm doing. And it tells you, look, shape 35. So let's have a look. There you go, shape 35. So we can put these wherever we want. You could do as many as you like. There we go, shape 35. And we want shape 36 at the top of it. Let's get rid of that bit. Okay. And then from there, I'm going to put myself a line, double line there, 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 and there. And within that, if I put little bobbles on the end, we sort of like get the head of a poppy. So I'm working quite quick on this. But, you know, you take your time with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, brilliant. Look, I was wondering what that was now. It's come to life. That's excellent.
Hang on, I'm just going to change the angle of that a little bit. That's how I've drawn it. There you go. So little lines underneath here. There we go. Into there. Of course, I'd rub out those bits of pencil lines afterwards. We want a few more of those. There you go. So the little lines with bobbles on the end. Nothing crazy there. And then we can have this sort of coming in to face that one. There'd be more of those. Another little variant. See that shape's on your stencil. Little bump there, little bump there. Wobble across the top. Some little lines there. And that sort of comes into there. One more. And again, you've got the shape on your stencil, but I want a little bit push for time there. And let's do, here we go, little line, a line, a line, 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 line. So every step of the way, you've got those little instructions, you've got those little hints and tips. So let's bring this in so I can show you where we were heading. And that's using the Black Edition pencils.
Yeah.
So there's my little mice, there we go. Of course, you've got these lovely little bits of wheat going on there, a few little leaves, little daisies. But that shows you in the instructions, there it is. So that's just kind of where we ended up. But you can see there's my little shapes I've just done, my little bits of wheat, and see how it builds into the daisies, showing you how to do daisies from the back and the front. Adding some little leaves, some branches to the finished piece there.
The mice are so stinking cute, says Jen.
I know.
Cynthia's just said, I love these. I do have a maybe stupid question. There's no stupid question.
No, go for it.
She says, how/when do you do the background of the picture?
Oh, now this is a little bit of a, it's up, I'm not getting away with it saying it's up to you. I do my backgrounds afterwards.
Right.
I'll draw everything and I'll make sure it's all in pen. Sometimes I'll ink it before I colour the picture in. It depends what you're doing. If you want to do backgrounds like, you know, my chameleon and put the leaves in, I might do that because then it builds. But if I'm doing like a little tile, you know, like I do on Facebook, I will ink it first and then draw over the top of it. But it's a preference thing for me. I like to draw my image first and then ink it. I think that's my happy place. In terms of the tiles that I do on Facebook, I ink first purely because it saves time and I want to show you the drawing rather than the inking again. But if you're happier, it's fine. Don't worry about drawing something and then inking it. I think that's what the main worry is if I draw it, am I going to ruin it? If that's the case, then ink it first, it's fine.
Great question. Love that,
Thank
Cynthia.
you for that.
And if you want to get the seasons, spring and autumn stencil bundle, there you go. They are both available for you in this set. Really nice price as well, $42.90. So you're saving £7. $60.99, I should say, saving $7 on that set. And that is your final bundle of the show. It's been a brilliant 3 hours we've had today. The day has been so busy, but you guys have absolutely loved everything Sanntangle. And feel free to say, you can't tell me if you do know. Do you know if and when you're back?
I don't at the minute. No, I don't know when I'm back, but you know, soon.
Yeah.
Soon.
We want you back very soon because we always absolutely love the shows.
Thank you.
Always great to have you here. And Dobby will be back, I guess, as well.
Dobby, yeah, he does tend to wander around with me, absolutely, yes. So I have to keep him in check. Can you imagine leaving him at the office all day while I'm here? It'd be carnage. We've tried it before, and he's packed parcels and all sorts, and then we had complaints from customers saying that things were missing. And so, yeah, he does his best. He does his best.
I'll take that pen back as well now for me. Thank you so much. It's been an absolute joy. Thank you so much, Sandra.
Thank you, Ben.
Love seeing you again. Thank you, Dobby. I'm back with you tomorrow, as per. Debbie Fisher is with you first thing at 10 with a masterclass. I'll be here from midday with Wake Up Call. We've got a preview of a big cartload show we've got coming up for you tomorrow. And we invite more of our crafty friends into the craft house. We're spoiling you. We've had Keith. We've had Sandra. Tomorrow we welcome back Hayley from A Dreamy, so we shall look forward to that. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Thanks for being with us, and until tomorrow, bye for now.